Imagine a teenager planning to take down the people closest to her. What would drive someone so young to orchestrate such a deadly betrayal? In 2021, 15-year-old Dahlia Bolin did just that, masterminding a plot that would shatter her family and haunt her small Illinois community. She wasn't alone, though. Her scheme involved 3 others, each playing a role in a twisted murder-for-hire plot that left her mother dead and her father critically wounded. This story will take you through the disturbing details of how this plan unfolded, the trial that followed, and the heavy price each of them paid. Welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy, and I typically discuss things that are strange, mysterious, and creepy. If that interests you, then please subscribe or follow me. If you enjoy this video, hit the like button, leave me a comment, or share this video with a friend. That really helps out a small channel like mine. The Bolin family lived in Mackinac, Illinois, a small, close-knit town. To most of the outside world, they appeared ordinary, unremarkable. But as it would soon be revealed, there was a dark storm brewing within the walls of the Bolin household. Dahlia Bolin, the couple's teenage daughter, reportedly harbored resentment toward her parents, especially her father. Although the specifics were never disclosed in court, Dahlia's issues with her parents ran deep enough for her to make a life-changing decision. At just 15 years old, Dahlia enlisted 3 accomplices to execute a plan that would devastate her family. Dahlia initially plotted to target her father alone, hoping that his death would somehow provide her with freedom. But as her plan developed, she widened the scope to include her mother, Rebecca. In the months leading up to October 2021, Dahlia used electronic devices to coordinate every detail of the attack with her co-conspirators. She promised them a payout of $100,000 from her parents' life insurance and offered them 2 guns to carry out the job, guns that, chillingly, belonged to her father. Her recruits included 20-year-old Nathaniel Maloney and 19-year-old Andre Street, both from nearby towns, as well as 21-year-old Sage Reiber, who would serve as the getaway driver. Together, these 4 formed a makeshift team bound by a pact of violence and promises of easy money. Over text messages and online conversations, they pieced together a plan as Dahlia's home became the setting for an ambush. On October 21, 2021, Maloney, Street, and Reiber drove to the Bolins' rural home near Mackinac. They came to scope out the scene, but the timing wasn't right, so they returned the following night. Under the cover of darkness, the plan unfolded. Maloney and Street entered the Bolin home, armed and prepared, while Reiber waited in the car outside, ready for a quick getaway. Rebecca Bolin, Dahlia's mother, was fatally shot that night. Her father, Douglas, was also shot, but miraculously survived, critically wounded. In the chaotic aftermath, Dahlia planned to claim it was a robbery gone wrong, a convenient cover story for a crime she'd orchestrated with disturbing precision. But things did not go as planned. The brutal attack left the Bolin household in disarray. As police arrived on the scene, the evidence didn't add up to a random robbery. Investigators quickly turned their attention to Dahlia, and soon the digital footprint of her communications with Maloney, Street, and Reiber was uncovered. The messages were incriminating, exposing every detail of the plot, including promises of life insurance money and weapons handed over by Dahlia herself. With the evidence stacked against them, the authorities wasted no time in making arrests. All 4 of them, Dahlia, Maloney, Street, and Reiber, were taken into custody shortly after the attack. The small town was shaken to its core as details of this unthinkable betrayal emerged. When the 4 defendants appeared in court, they sat silently, each dressed in jail jumpsuits. The weight of their actions and the sentences they faced loomed large over the courtroom. As the charges were read, first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, and conspiracy, the gravity of their decisions was evident. After a long and highly publicized trial, all four individuals pleaded guilty to their roles in the plot. For Dahlia, additional charges were added, including solicitation of first-degree murder for hire. Her case had initially been handled in juvenile court, but due to the severity of her actions, it was transferred to adult court. Dahlia received a 60-year prison sentence and will remain in a juvenile facility until she turns 18 in May. Maloney, who had a direct hand in the shooting, received the longest sentence at 66 years. Street, his accomplice, was sentenced to 55 years, while Reiber, the getaway driver, received 30 years. The sentencing marked a grim end to a story of betrayal and shattered lives. As the dust settled on this case, the community struggled to make sense of what had happened. Dahlia Bolin, a 15-year-old who had plotted the deaths of her parents, was now facing decades behind bars. Her actions had torn her family apart and left her father, Douglas, a survivor in the most haunting sense, grappling with the knowledge that his own daughter was responsible for the destruction of his family. For Mackinac, Illinois, this case serves as a dark reminder of the unimaginable, how the ordinary can transform into something tragic and horrific. Dahlia's story is one that leaves us questioning the depths of resentment and the dangerous paths it can lead to. And it's a story that leaves us wondering, how did a young girl find herself capable of planning such a devastating crime? The case of Dahlia Bolin will be remembered as one of the darkest chapters in Illinois' recent history, a tragic tale of a young life twisted by resentment, greed, and ultimately violence. As she and her accomplices begin their decades-long sentences, the small town of Mackinac will continue to search for answers, knowing they may never fully understand what led to this unimaginable betrayal. Thank you for watching. If you found this story compelling, be sure to like and subscribe for more deep dives into cases that continue to haunt us long after they've left the headlines.